Wow. Thanks, Spree. Now people can't even enjoy inflated delight. Hey guys, your girl Aisha K Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Motherland. We are now on to episode 2, which is called My Witches, My Witches. This episode, I'm assuming we're gonna get a little bit more into the nitty gritty of our characters and a little bit more into what's been going on with this battle between Spree and the witches, and I'm really looking forward to it. So without further ado, let's jump into this episode and we'll chit chat a little about it afterwards, all right? Let's go.
You face brat? My parents didn't serve. How'd that work out for them?
Parents.
It's complicated.
So they're men?
I do complicated.
Ooh. Literally Saved by the Bell. Don't want to talk about my past because then I might have to admit that I don't have one that's going to line up with why I'm here.
I'll see. We work ceaselessly to deliver the Spree to justice. But what are we doing in a concrete way to find these people, to stop these people?
President be like, I need facts, I need figures, okay?
Attacks like this, military matters, by rule of law.
And you two are bound by rule of law to the will of the American people who have elected me to represent their interests and protect them. Don't you forget it.
That's right, ma'am.
Or you may find yourself reminded.
Ooh, the bass in her voice. Listen, this is a black woman. Trust me, that is not an empty threat, ma'am. Can I just say for the record that I'm absolutely loving the fact that we have two women having this power conversation? Like, these are the type of conversations you almost always see on like shows like, you know, The West Wing or whatever, which I never really watched, but you know, like those politically based ones. So to see two strong, shoulders back, chin out, jawline all cutting through, just this is the type of content we need more of on television, y'all. Because they carried that scene flawlessly. No men needed. No testosterone needed. Not a single testicle in sight. It was great.
Let's walk.
All of us? Okay. So she just always has this little gaggle of witches around her, huh?
Threats. Well, hello there.
Oh my god, look at the little squishy faces. No!
Healthy?
Oh my gosh.
A blessing on you. You should have seen Petra's daughter, Winnie, and pout when I kicked her out of my office.
She got the message.
Keep me posted on them. Everyone's still talking about what they did in Brooklyn. I've officially taken an interest.
That's not good. I'm telling you, don't trust this woman. She knows something we don't know. Hopefully Atacastia's picking up on that. No, girl, it's not about you.
Libba's wife, daughter of misfortune. I thought I smelled sulfur and defeat.
Wow. I kind of like her. I can't help it.
Maggots will reject your fetid corpse. Don't let her take your joy. That's what she eats.
I mean, joy is delicious, and so are tears. I don't blame her.
Run at me and stab me in the eye.
Why?
Now.
But, can I get that in writing? Y'all saw her say that, right?
It wasn't about the guy. That was my night. She took it from me.
Cow. A hex on her. A hex on her and her family.
The thing you've got to understand is that necros are a weird lot on the best day.
I would say so. People who chat with the dead ain't necessarily normal people. Are you the special necro? Yep. Kinda knew it was you the whole time. How are you just doing this in like broad nighttime and nobody... Okay. Security at this school be loose.
Weakness and fatigue have no place in a witch's army.
Yes, Sensei! Sorry, that felt very like Cobra Kai.
Irrelevant.
You can fix it.
I don't want your country shit on me.
Well, good. Just trying to help.
Let her help. We're a unit.
Shut up, Tally.
Huh. Wow, you agreed on something. Cute. You should let her help you though. Legit, that looks like it hurts. There's a secret door? Is this platform 9 3/4?
Devolved into the same old stuff. She kept saying that place is a new tally. It's a death sentence tally. And then I started to wonder, is she right? I mean, I couldn't stab and accost you today, so what does that say?
Tally, I really need you focused right now.
Right, like, girl, what'd you think when you hear military? Army.
Make no mistake.
Hey, how about we cool it on the mom talk? Sorry. In fact, why don't both of you just stop talking?
Use what you've got, Nancy.
All right, I guess they just need to be pissed.
Congratulations. Bus leaves in 2 hours.
I'm sorry, I love how petty she is.
You know, Raelle.
Wow. Thanks, Spree. Now people can't even enjoy inflated delight. Yikes. I thought she was scary enough in real life, but that doll is terrifying. Put it back. Put it back. Oh, it's a play. Joe's Pizza. What? The juxtaposition is just too much here. This is hilarious. Well, isn't that an interesting way to use GPS? Psh. Who needs Google Maps? You just need the Google Witches. I feel like they should be wearing some armor or something, though. This is just... okay. Well, that didn't go well. Oh, her daughter. Am I the only one who just feels like they should have better protection? Like, they just kind of walked in with nothing but, like, hoodies. What? I think we need to reevaluate exactly what you call beautiful, ma'am, because... Ew.
Bullshit. It's witches that are committing these attacks. It's your kind of people.
Step back from me right now.
Get out of my way. I'm not staying here.
Do not touch me.
You're no different from the spree, and this is how you handle it.
Tally, you did exactly what they wanted you to do. Mm-mm.
We all lost daughters today. Yes, but I did particularly, wouldn't you say, Sarah?
Right? Let's not try to generalize. Let's not...
I merely meant that we all feel the loss. And what are we going to do about this terrible feeling?
Right?
We will find them and hobble them and mute them and bring them to justice. How?
Yeah, she's like, that's
Our
great.
methods aren't working too well.
Valid
I
point.
understand your grief. But we are doing everything we can.
Are we?
Perhaps it's time for more extreme methods.
I mean, she is speaking from grief, but I also feel like there's some shady stuff going on.
Did Anna cost you to find out?
Nope. Thanks to a special somebody who covered for me when she walked in. I heard someone threw wind at a civilian.
Oh, no, don't do it. Koski is cool.
Come on.
I feel like there's nothing more dangerous than a bunch of drunk witches, personally, but that's just me.
When will we be extracted? Make sure it's soon. I'm getting impatient.
Yeah, let me smack you. You talk about impatience, ma'am. Remind you who's boss. You about to get slapped. I can feel it. Thank you. People forgetting their place left, right, and center these days. President have to be schooling people. Now whoever the balloon person is, if he's schooling people. Although, I'm not completely convinced it's not the headmaster, Ardell or whatever her name is. Anyways, guys, that was episode 2 of Motherland, which was called My Witches. And we're seeing the natural progress here. You know, first episode was kind of like our trio, obviously not really gelling because they all have their own thing going on. But in this episode, we're starting to see them understand each other a little bit more. They're starting to see each other's situations and realize that while they definitely aren't going to agree on everything, they, at the base of everything, you know, they're still just people, and they're still just girls and teenage girls who have more in common than they have that's different. And I like that we all kind of got a little taste of everybody's, I guess you could say, issues, with the exception of Raelle. Raelle's still kind of holding her issues close, although I guess we could say that they already know with the death of her mother. That's one of the big things that she's struggling with, but we get to see a little bit more into Abigail's world around, you know, the pressure she feels living in this high society and having all these expectations put on her. And of course, we also see Tally, you know, struggling with the fact that she's got a mother who's just not at all supportive of this decision. And it's really difficult because I see both sides of that particular battle. Like, we'll just jump right into Tally really quickly, in that on the one hand, every child's got to live their own life, right? There comes a point where every kid's got to make their own decisions, walk their own path, and sometimes that path is not going to coincide with what your parents want for you. And obviously most parents usually want what's best for you. Their viewpoint of what's good for you or what's going to be the best path is based on their own experiences and on what they've been through. And, you know, again, they're usually coming from love. They're usually coming from a place where they just genuinely want the best for you. And they think that based on their experience, a certain path might be that way. But it's one of those things where watching Tally and her mom, it's just kind of heartbreaking, because on the one hand, I totally see where their mother's coming from. I mean, there's just, in my opinion, there's just nothing glorious about war. But my point is, I see where the mom's coming from, in that she just sees the death, right? She's experienced it personally, and she's coming from a genuine place of fear for her only child, it sounds like. I don't think Tally said she had any siblings, so it's a very real fear. And we saw that mirrored in that one soldier, I don't think we got her name, the one who told Tally that she reminded her of her daughter. Like, she lost her daughter, like, just like that. Her daughter is gone, and that's it, right? That's the reality. Like, in this particular case, witches are put into this situation where they're endangering their lives almost constantly, it sounds like, over everybody else. And that's not necessarily fair. And I understand where Tally's mom is coming from, in that she's like, look, I don't want to lose you. I fought so hard so that you wouldn't have to walk this path. And now you're just going in kind of with these rose-colored glasses of what military life is like, and you're not seeing the scarier part of it. And we saw that with Tally's good friend there from, I'm assuming she came from the same place, saying that, yeah, I went in with rose-colored glasses too, and now I'm realizing that we're actually, like, there's a lot more to this, and it's a lot darker and more dangerous than either of us anticipated. And, you know, I think Tally's gonna get that reality check further and further down the line. But as we saw her do at the end with her cheers to all of her friends, she's got to just stick with her decision, because as she said to her friend, like, there's no going back now. Once you enlist, you're enlisted. So it's not like she can go back. Well, I guess she can, actually. Her mom kept saying she could come home. So potentially she has the ability to renege on that choice. But I think it's more about Tally asserting herself as an adult and feeling like she's taking control of her own life. And that's why she won't go back on this decision, no matter how tempting it might be. So I'm glad we got to see that. And then, as I mentioned, we got a little bit into Abigail's past, you know, her and that other girl whose name I already forgot, you know, some rich people things, you know, high society beef that the two of them have. I mean, it seems trivial, but I feel like there's more to it than what we heard in the episode. And I'm hoping that as we go through this show, we're going to get a little bit more into Abigail's world. And just because usually, even though the life of the rich and powerful always seems very charmed to everybody else, like, oh, their problems seem so trivial. But a lot of times when you peel back the layers of the veneer, you start to see that there's a lot going on there. There tends to be a lot of manipulation, a lot of indirect threats, a lot of pressure that comes from different places. Like, their world is actually quite terrifying in a lot of ways that a lot of people who don't live in those circles or don't move in those circles don't understand. Like, it's still a Shark Tank. It's just a different kind of shark. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that we get to see more of what Abigail is dealing with and why she's kind of become this way. And as I said in the first episode, I think a lot of it is just her being a product of her environment. And it was really great to hear Raelle saying that to Scylla, where she was like, you know, don't come for Abigail too hard. Like, she is the way she is because her environment kind of molded her into that. And it's going to be up to Abigail to decide whether or not she wants to continue being that person as she goes through this experience with two people who are very different from her in different ways. Yeah, really good episode. We're seeing that the Spree is still doing their worst. And as I said before, I still think there's a lot going on with the leader of, you know, this what is it, Ardell, I think. I think she knows more than what she's saying. I get more and more the feeling that she's more involved with Spree or knows who's behind Spree. And that's why she's holding back from the president and why she's also not able to give her fellow witch council people real answers when it comes to how to handle things, and why it seems like she seems to be holding back on her attacks against the Spree. So we'll have to see more as the season goes on, but I feel like there's a lot more going on there. So that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. I really liked it. Please tell me what your thoughts and feelings were on it below. Again, no spoilers, but I appreciate anything you guys can throw below as far as your thoughts and insights on the episode. And I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. So if you did like this video, guys, go ahead and click that like button. Let me know that you like this kind of content. And if you want to see more from me, please go ahead and click that subscribe button because you know we'd love to have you here. Until next time, see ya!